Are you a little nervous to start something new? I know how you feel because I've got something that I'm a little nervous about. Today what I want to talk about is I want to talk to those people specifically that are a little bit nervous about getting into fitness, and I want to talk about 5 mistakes that you want to avoid when you're first starting into fitness. And I want to share with you one thing that I'm really nervous about, and that is this thing, because I'm going to be starting a podcast, and this is my new Yeti mic, and it's scaring the bejesus out of me. And so I know how you feel when it's like getting into something new. So I'm doing some research and figuring out how to get that going. And I want you to do your due diligence in getting into fitness so that you can avoid some mistakes, so that you don't get discouraged and you stay the course, get results, and avoid getting hurt. So the first thing that most people do when they get into fitness is they're so zealous. They want to get started and they do too much too soon. If you haven't done anything fitness related since grade school, then you've got to start off slow. Make sure that you start off at 50% effort. It might not feel like you're doing, your best. Just go through the motions, because it's not only how you're feeling during the workout, it's how you're feeling later. And chances are, if you haven't done anything fitness related for a few weeks even, let alone a few years, and I know some people haven't done anything fitness related for years, or even months, then you want to go slow. You want to go about 50%, and you want to be drinking lots and lots of water after your workout, because that water, that hydration is going to help ease those sore muscles. So go 50% in the beginning. The second mistake that a lot of people have where fitness is related is they have a weight loss motivation. Their focus is all on weight loss. And sometimes that can get very discouraging because it takes a bit of time. So I like to have a performance goal instead of necessarily a weight loss goal. So if you focus your goal on getting stronger, on maybe better form for your squats and your push-ups, or let's say you're playing tennis and maybe getting better at, I don't know how to play tennis, but that sort of thing, improving a skill and focusing on the performance instead of on the weight loss, chances are that's weight loss is going to be a happy coincidence for you. So you want to take a look at how your clothes are fitting, maybe your body fat measurements, maybe measurements, and not focusing on the scale necessarily, although you could be focusing, take a look at the scale, but don't be let that scale determine your success necessarily. So where fitness is concerned, especially if your motivation is strictly weight loss, try and shift it a little bit to performance. Now, the third mistake that many people make in the beginning is they take the wrong approach. They may find, say, a CrossFit gym, and I'm not bashing CrossFit because I actually train at a CrossFit gym sometimes. I love CrossFit, but it might not be for everybody. Or you might think, you know what, I'm going to run a marathon, but you forget that you have bad knees. So choose an approach that's right for you. Consider your fitness background, because not everything is for everybody. And you want to seek out a culture, like a fitness culture that you resonate with. So it's great that you're here, because especially if you're a woman over 40, I've got lots of great messages for you and lots of information, because I never thought that being over 40, being over 50 would be a great asset in helping people, but I've got lots of great information for you. A lot of times people set unrealistic expectations and set yourself up for failure when you have these goals that are basically unattainable. So that's going to lead to disappointment, to failure. So we don't want that to happen. So you want to set yourself up for success by setting realistic goals. You might have to talk to a professional to help you set those goals up. you know, getting guidance in what's reasonable. I have a client who I worked with privately, and her one, you know, aha was that, you know what, since I'm over 50, things are a little bit slower than when I was, you know, in my early 40s and when I was in my 30s. And not to discourage you, but, you know, things happen at different times depending on, you know, where you are in your fitness journey, your age, your fitness level. So getting some professional help in determining what a realistic goal is will help you set yourself up for success, because there's nothing worse than getting all zealous and, you know, excited about something only to be discouraged. So now the fifth thing that people make as a mistake is that they just copy others. So they may go to a gym and just kind of follow along. But lots of times other people don't know what they're doing, and you might be getting injured. You know, the programming might not be right for you. It's kind of like taking somebody else's prescription drugs and expecting, you know, some kind of result. So you want to have something that's specific for you, even if it's just for your age and gender, rather than just blindly following along. You know, I don't want to say there's anything wrong with your husband's programming, or, you know, your son's, or your, you know, even your daughter's programming. It might not be right for you. So make sure that you're not just copying others. You want to make sure your form is correct for exercise, because especially in your 40s, 50s, beyond, we can't afford to get hurt, because we take care of so many people that when we're down and out, then the other people in our life suffer, as well as it gets very discouraging. And, you know, while we can do it all, we, you know, recovery takes a little bit longer, especially if we get injured. So we definitely don't want to get injured. So you want to be able to find some professional help in getting into fitness, because it is a little bit scary. Kudos to you if you're looking to improve your, you know, your health through starting a fitness program. I'd highly recommend getting into, if you're local to Calgary, specifically Northwest Calgary, you know, you can private message me, you can leave a message for me. I've got great programming and great ways to get you fit that are non-intimidating and that we can program specifically for you. Super excited that I'm starting a program called Fit Body Forever, my fitness boot camp, where you will, you know, if you're over 50, we're going to have programming specifically for you if you're 50, 60, 70 and beyond. So I'm super excited about that. So that's offline, but online, you know, I've got lots of programming specifically for you. My Bikini Belly, I did a Facebook Live with my good friend and publishing partner, Lisa Bullock. We did a program called Menopause Belly Fix that's really geared for women specifically that are coming back from injury or haven't exercised for some time. If you want something more specific and personalized, I've got that with private coaching. I've got a handful of lovely ladies that we do private coaching with. And we've also got some group coaching as well. So I've got lots of opportunities to work with me, to learn from me. So I highly recommend getting advice from a professional. I'm here for you. Hopefully, you know, if you can get answers with me, there's other professionals out there as well. But just wanted to throw that out for you. So I know how you feel if you're feeling a little bit nervous about fitness. Just a reminder about those 5 things that you want to avoid, and that's doing too much too soon. You want to go slow. Maybe having not just weight loss as your goal or your focus, but maybe think about performance, so that you know, you're not just focused on the scale. You don't want to take the wrong approach. You want to find the right you know, spot for you that's going to be personalized for your needs. You want to set up realistic expectations, and you don't want to copy others. You want to find something right for you. I'll have some links for you up or down somewhere. And while you're facing your fitness phobias, I'm going to be facing my podcast phobias. I'm going to be starting the Shauna K Show sometime soon, and I can't put a date on it yet because I'm not there yet. I'm still in the research, you know, I'm figuring it all out right now. So I'll get more information out about that soon. I'm probably going to post a link or just post and ask you, what do you want to know? And get you to give me some input on what you'd like to see on the podcast as well. All right. So to my Canadian friends, it's Thanksgiving weekend. I just actually came from the gym. I think I'd better do something with this head, specifically the hair. Actually, from the neck down too, I'm going to jump in the shower, having a nice dinner with the kids tonight to celebrate. So happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian friends, and happy weekend to everybody else out there. Have an awesome, awesome day. Please make sure to share, invite all your friends to Healthy Secrets for Women 40 Plus, because we are here for you with some fitness, fat loss, health ideas to help you live your best life. I will see you next time.